Okay, welcome to this podcast. I'm going to talk about the different cells that you need to know about. And there's three main cells you need to know about, and that's the animal cell, plant cell, and a bacterial cell. So, the easiest way to start is to do a rough sketch of the main two, and that is the animal cell and plant cell. And then, if we line them up side by side, we can see what the similarities and differences are. Space this out. There we go. This is a rough sketch of one of the cells. I'm going to tell you which one just yet. And already you should be able to see a few similarities and differences. I'm going to do these in green for a reason. And then the green pen might run out, but it looks like I've got enough in it just to do that. And so I haven't got this pre-prepared because it might be a good idea for you while watching this to make the same diagrams as I am. And if it's pre-prepared, of course, you won't have that opportunity to do it and make those notes while I do it and talk through it. So, we have two cells there. Now, first of all, let's label them up. And of course, you're sat there knowing that this is an animal cell and this is a plant cell. So, they have some similarities, of course, and you should be able to see them physically from the diagram. So, we have the nucleus. And for each part of the cell, yes, you need to be able to label it, but also you need to give me a brief description on what it does. And that brief description can be very brief, so I will put here, contains genetic information. Okay, it's nucleus. Right, brilliant. Now, this line here, the inside line for the plant cell and the line for the animal cell is your cell membrane. And that just controls what comes in and out. Okay, so it's nucleus, cell membrane. Right then, any other similarities? Well, two more similarities. One is a little bit more obvious than the other. This one is the mitochondria. And this is the site for respiration. This is where respiration takes place. Respiration, if you watch the respiration podcast, you will know it takes place in all living organisms. Plant is a living thing. It's a living organism. It will respire. Respiration takes place. Now, the last one is the space, as you'll see it. But actually that is a jelly-like substance, and that is cytoplasm. And here we have chemical reactions taking place. So there you have it. So you've got an animal cell and a plant cell, and I'm just going to move this down a bit so you can see me writing a little bit. Animal cell and plant cell, and the commonalities between the two. Now there are some differences in the plant cell. It's a bit more complicated, and you need to know those differences. So what we've got here is we have got a vacuole, and we've got a cell wall. So they've both got cell membranes. Oh, let me move that over. Both got cell membranes, but only a plant cell has a cell wall. And of course, these green things are chloroplasts. Start like that. So, in terms of their role, cell wall provides structure. Structure for the plant. Okay. And also contains cellulose. Okay, now we are going to look at the vacuole. Vacuole contains cell sap, and it helps keep the plant rigid. And lastly then, the green things, and I haven't left much space here, which is very silly of me. The green thing is probably the most important for a plant because this contains a chemical called chlorophyll. And chlorophyll traps sunlight, so it's where photosynthesis takes place. So chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, and it's where photosynthesis takes place. So there's your animal cell and your plant cell. What you need to know are the similarities and the differences. You need to have the ability to be able to label any of these parts of the diagram, and then also describe how these different cells are adapted. So for instance, if you had a cell with lots of mitochondria in, then you know there must be lots of respiration taking place. If you had a plant cell with lots of chloroplasts in, then you know that it's doing a lot of photosynthesis. So it's joining that link up between the two. Lastly then, I did speak of when I started, we're going to look at the bacteria cell. And the bacteria cell looks like this. They do look very different, but a common diagram is like this. And sometimes we have these on. We have circles. Okay. So hopefully you can recognise straight away we have a cell wall. We have a cell membrane. And the functions of those are just the same. And this tail, as you'll think it looks like, is actually called a flagellum. And that helps the bacteria move. Helps to move. And then you've got DNA in two different forms. You've got a plasmid and you've also got chromosomal DNA. So this is a loop of DNA. And that's all you really need to know about that. The most common question in Year 11 is, or Year 10, is looking at the similarities and differences and joining up the function of cells to what parts they have most of. Okay, so now have a go at the question that are cell based. It shouldn't take you too long, and I'll show you how to answer those questions. Thank you.